My husband's boss put this on my chair at his company gala. Gold digging nobody. 300 people saw it. My husband saw it. And he did nothing. Just kept drinking. So I leaned to the CFO and whispered, check the quarterly report. 48 hours later, their stock crashed 15%. My name is Nina. And this is how I made $230,000 after they called me nobody. Welcome back to Calm Drama Stories. If you've ever been humiliated in public while someone you loved stayed silent, comment humiliated below. I read every one. If you're new here, subscribe. Because today's story is about a place card, a $2 billion company, and how I used their own numbers to end them. Let's start in a library. I met Ryan at Boston University Library. October. Red leaves outside. Inside, silence. I was studying for my final finance exams. He was tapping his pen to a pop song. On his programming textbook. Like a drum. You realize you're tapping the exact intro of that awful pop song, right? I whispered. He looked up. Blue-gray eyes. Startled, then he smiled. Sorry. I think better with a soundtrack. I'm Nina, and I think better with silence. We have a problem. He chuckled. Or the perfect match. You handle the focus, I'll handle the creativity. We talked until the library closed. Walking under the trees, we made a deal. No matter what happens, we support each other's careers. No competition. No letting power get in the way. Ryan shook my hand. Deal. Lifetime partners. After graduation, we kept it. I turned my dining table into an office. Started financial analysis consulting for small investors. Reading 100-page reports. Finding hidden debts. Saving people millions. Ryan was job hunting. Night before his first interview, we were on the floor. Coffee cups everywhere. I helped him learn the company's tech. Predict the board's questions. Tomorrow, you'll make them think, we need this guy immediately, I told him. He grinned. And when you land your first big contract, we upgrade from cheap champagne. My moment came 6 months later. A fund hired me to evaluate a medical device company. I found R&D costs shifted to hide failed trials. I told my client, pull out. 6 months later, that company's fraud went public. Stock tanked. My client avoided a $15 million loss. A finance paper called me the specialist who exposes phantom numbers. Ryan bragged to everyone, this is Nina. She took down a corporation from our kitchen table. Back then, he was proud of me. Ryan got the job offer from Vance Corp one crisp morning. Deep red logo. Vance Corp wants me as Director of Strategic Development, he said, eyes lit up. This is the golden ticket, Nina. #1 in defense software. I hugged him. If you want it, we make it work. At first, fine. Ryan told me about AI target recognition projects. Executive meetings. I listened. Offered financial angles. Then Victoria Kane's name appeared. VP of Strategy. Widow of the founder. Victoria's a master at relationship building, Ryan said over dinner. She sees angles I never considered. Then it shifted. Melissa thinks replaced. What do you think, Nina? I told him I exposed a company inflating revenue. Ryan gave a faint smile. You're great at small-scale analyses, but the world's bigger than that, Nina. Victoria says if you stay focused on micro details, you'll miss the big picture. Small scale. Since when was saving millions small scale? Then her text started. Hope Nina is still busy with her projects. Then, really admire you managing the house and juggling those little projects. So great you have a flexible schedule, not tied down like we are. Every word a pat on the shoulder meant to press me down. At a charity fundraiser, I wore a simple navy dress. Victoria came over, perfect smile. Nina, finally we meet. You look so approachable. I'm sure your small clients feel very comfortable. My clients are happy because I help them avoid losing millions, not because I'm approachable. Her brow arched. That night I asked Ryan, do you think Victoria looks down on me? He laughed. You're too sensitive. Victoria's direct, but she likes you. But I know patterns. Small signals repeated form a trend. The trend was clear. Victoria was reframing me. Not as an equal partner. As a stay-at-home wife with time-killer projects. Victoria's plan was quiet. Precise. Like moving chess pieces. Vance Corp networking night. Important for Ryan. Same day as my investor meeting, scheduled a month earlier. Shame it's the same day, I told Ryan. If only I'd known sooner. He shrugged. I thought Victoria sent the schedule last week. But it's fine. You do your thing. Later, an email landed in my inbox by mistake. The event was deliberately scheduled on my investor day. Sent by Victoria. Then it happened again. Board receptions. Spouses attend. Always on days I had client flights. Ryan, don't overthink it, Nina. The world doesn't revolve around your calendar. Victoria started defining the ideal wife. On speakerphone, I really admire David's wife. Always by his side at events, helping expand his network. That's no small advantage. Ryan, yeah, that's true. The implication? I, with 100-page analyses and late client calls, didn't fit. One evening I asked Ryan about a new project. He answered briefly then, the Gala this year has a fundraising auction. Victoria wants me there as an honored guest. What about me? Ethan hesitated. I think you might not be comfortable. Victoria says it'll be high-level leaders, not really your field. Are you saying I'm not qualified? That's not it. We each have our own roles. My role was now, keep the house tidy. Don't interfere with his image. I heard from colleagues, at Vance Corp, Ryan rarely mentioned me. Before, he'd brag about my analysis. Now, she works from home, a few small projects. A friend told me, he said you're busy with cute consulting contracts for small investors. I realized Victoria didn't just want to reduce my influence. She wanted to erase me from his public image. Vance Corp Gala. Grand Arcadia Hotel. Chandeliers. Crystal glasses. I arrived alone. Ryan went early for leadership meetings. Victoria was center of the room. Silver dress. Perfect smile. Nina, what a surprise you accepted, she said loud enough for others to hear. I've arranged a comfortable spot for you, near some lovely colleagues. She led me past the executives' table. Ryan was there. Eyes met mine briefly. No surprise. No concern. Just avoidance. Like he knew what was coming. Victoria stopped at a far table. Lower-level staff. Here we are. I've put your name card right here. I looked down. Cream card. Elegant script. Gold digging nobody. The room slowed. A man laughed. A spoon clinked. Whispers started. Oh my God, did she see it? Someone behind me, still clinging to her husband, even if she's a shadow. I looked for Ryan. Still at the exec table. Glass in hand. Eyes fixed ahead. His fingers tightened on the stem. Discomfort? Embarrassment? Either way, he didn't stand. Didn't come over. Said nothing. I exhaled. Let the humiliation freeze into ice. I'd seen CEOs on front pages for fraud. Victoria's smug face reminded me of them. I set the card down. Adjusted my necklace. Turned. Past the exec table. Stopped by Robert Myers, CFO. 50s, gray hair. Sharp eyes. Leaned in. If I were you, I'd take another look at this quarter's financial report. Especially the research expense line. Robert raised a brow. Is there something I should know? I smiled. Some numbers look arranged to tell a very different story. Didn't wait. Walked on. Victoria, leaving so soon, Nina? I wouldn't want to steal your spotlight, I said, soft but sharp. Lobby was quiet. Taxi outside. Through the window, saw Victoria leaning to Ryan, whispering. He didn't look my way. Car pulled away. I opened my phone. New note, Grand Arcadia Gala, November 19th. Name card, Ryan's reaction, CFO conversation. Tonight wasn't the end. It was an open move. Victoria moved her queen too early. Revealed the whole board. 9 p.m. Home. Empty house. Laptop open. Bloomberg terminal. Edgar. SEC databases. Vance Corp, ticker VNC. Opened quarterly financials. Balance sheet. Cash flow. Numbers don't lie if you know how to listen. Under an hour, real picture emerged. Last quarter's profits weren't from revenue surge. They were padded by shifting R&D expenses into next period. Classic report dress-up. Result: profit inflated just enough to beat expectations. Kept digging. SEC filings. Pattern jumped out. Stock options exercised right before defense contract announcement. Stock up 12% in one day. Too neat to be coincidence. Built a file. Not bullet points. Full analysis. Charts comparing insider trade dates to announcements. Tables tracking deferred expenses. Markers of accounting violations. Neutral tone. Like any study. Midnight, posted on private investor forum. Anonymous. Equity Lens 42. Irregularities in Vance Corp reports. Detailed analysis from public data. Live at 12:17 a.m. Next morning email. Anonymous@protonmail.com. I read your analysis. It's worse. Attached, internal documents. Slack messages from Gala night. Opened it. Spreadsheets. R&D reclassified. Email from Victoria to accounting. Make sure figures are locked before announcing contract. Need clean result this quarter. Then Slack. Exec group. After Gala, Victoria, Nina will know her place after tonight. Laugh emoji reply. Then Ryan's name. Mission accomplished. I read it over and over. No doubt left. Ryan didn't just know. He saw my humiliation as success. Saved everything. Encrypted drive. Posted follow-up on forum. Included email excerpts. Details removed. Responses exploded. Dozens analyzing. Offering their own intel. Monday morning alert. My analysis on 3 major forums. Most discussed on Wall Street site. Noon, secure inbox filled. Financial reporters. We'd like to interview Equity Lens 42. Irregularities in Vance Corp reports. Detailed analysis from public data. Live at 12:17 a.m. Next morning email. Anonymous@protonmail.com. I read your analysis. It's worse. Attached, internal documents. Slack messages from Gala night. Opened it. Spreadsheets. R&D reclassified. Email from Victoria to accounting. Make sure figures are locked before announcing contract. Need clean result this quarter. Then Slack. Exec group. After Gala, Victoria, Nina will know her place after tonight. Laugh emoji reply. Then Ryan's name. Mission accomplished. I read it over and over. No doubt left. Ryan didn't just know. He saw my humiliation as success. Saved everything. Encrypted drive. Posted follow-up on forum. Included email excerpts. Details removed. Responses exploded. Dozens analyzing. Offering their own intel. Monday morning alert. My analysis on 3 major forums. Most discussed on Wall Street site. Noon, secure inbox filled. Financial reporters. We'd like to interview Equity Lens 42. Your findings are drawing significant attention. Didn't reply. Anonymous analyst only powerful when invisible. That evening, business news. Vance Corp logo. VNCE drops 15% in 2 days. SEC launches investigation. Segment quoted my charts. Independent financial forum source. Victoria's face flashed. Cool smile. But behind Vance Corp doors, different air now. Ryan came home early that day. Whiskey. Sat across from me. Have you been following the news? Of course, I said. Your company's stock lost 1/6 of its value in 2 days. He sighed. SEC is involved. Victoria's under internal watch. She hasn't done anything seriously wrong, he added quietly. I think it's misunderstanding over revenue recognition. Victoria has always acted in company's best interest. You're defending her to the SEC? I don't want to see someone's career destroyed by unproven accusations. Irony sharp. Man who stayed silent while his wife was demeaned now defending the colleague who orchestrated it. Tomorrow, I'm on crisis team, he said. Want to keep everything quiet. Hope it settles. He had no idea. The storm wasn't random. The person who stirred it sat across from him. Coverage intensified. Major outlets dug into insider trading, report manipulation. Each article cited my analysis. If accurate, this data puts Vance Corp in difficult position with regulators. Thursday night, email from inside source. Closed-door board minutes. Member asked, why were so many stock options exercised before contract announcement? Victoria, coincidence in timing. Note below, they don't believe her. Leadership splitting. Sent scrubbed copy to trusted journalist. 2 days later, front page, cracks in Vance Corp leadership as probe widens. Dinner, Ryan reading phone, frowning. Press is exaggerating. Sometimes legitimate business looks like fraud. I cut salad. Soft, if it were me, would you defend me the same way? What do you mean? If someone accused me, would you stand up right away or say, might be coincidence? Nina, this isn't same. You're my wife. Victoria is colleague. I smiled, bitter inside. Half right. I was his wife. Never defended like Victoria. Headlines hammered Vance Corporation shares fell 8% more when SEC expanded probe. Board announced cooperation, stripped Victoria of approval authority. I read that in my office. Last line in my notes. This is only the beginning. Rainy evening, Ryan home soaked. Door slammed hard. Paused, then, Nina, I need your help. I looked up. I have to distance myself from Victoria. SEC combing every document she signed. If they find my name linked to fraudulent transaction. Trailed off. I don't know how to prove I'm not involved, but you can. You understand the numbers. I leaned back. Tapped folder. And why should I? Because I know I was wrong, very wrong to let this get far. Nina, I'm sorry. Voice trembled, but eyes held expectation. I'd agree. Opened drawer. Pulled envelope. Set it front of him. This is my new contract. He looked down. Whitmore Capital logo. Major New York firm. Read bold line. Director of Research. Base salary $230,000 per year plus bonuses. Looked up. Surprise. Confusion. If they winded you last week. They reached out after reading anonymous analyses on Vance Corporation. Paused. Those were mine. You mean, you were the one who I'm not taking revenge, Ryan. I'm doing my job. Analyzing truth from data without adding or taking away. His eyes widened. No words. Deep breath. Like absorbing fatal blow. So, all of this was you? Yes. And I won't help you get out of something you walked into yourself. I once reached for you, but you pulled away. I once hoped you'd protect me, but you chose silence. Air heavy. Rain harder. Ryan stared at table. Shoulders sagging. I've lost you. Walked to bedroom. Opened closet. You lost me the night of the gala, Ryan. Today is the day I walk out the door. Pulled black suitcase. Folded clothes. Careful. Like organizing spreadsheets. He leaned on doorway. Neither closer nor leaving. Couldn't you stay at least until no? I'm not anyone's shadow, and I won't be kept because someone else is panicking. Zipped suitcase. Set by door. Handbag, new contract, passport, laptop, drive with every piece of data. Everything that mattered fit in few items. Ryan reached toward my shoulder, dropped hand. Nina, I looked at him. Open door. Keep the life you chose, Ryan. I'll live the one I choose. Stepped out. Door closed. Deep final sound. Like end of expired contract. That night, hotel near new office. 15th floor window. City lights. Freedom mixed with resolve. Tomorrow, sign contract with Whitmore Capital. From tomorrow on, every choice mine. No permission needed. 6 months later. Life at Whitmore Capital. Fast, high pressure, but every decision I make is respected. No one dismisses my analysis as small details. Leadership waits for my reports like maps. Last month, my team stopped a pharmaceutical acquisition. Numbers perfect. Too perfect. 3 nights digging, found R&D buried in foreign subsidiary. If deal went through, fund would lose tens of millions. Presented evidence. Room silent, then nods. Thanks. Chairman shook my hand. Nina, you saved us from a nasty fall. Victoria Kane appeared on TV. Not in gowns. Gaunt. Hair pulled back. Wrinkled gray suit. Walking out of federal court. Chirin, former Vance Corp VP indicted for securities fraud and insider trading. Set remote down. Studied her face. Still Victoria, but sharp gaze gone. Exhaustion. Confusion. No glee. Just clear sense. Things ended as they should. Not by my push, but by truth coming to light. Ryan? Disappeared from every platform. LinkedIn deleted. Friends said fired after Victoria's arrest. Viewed as too close to her. Reputation in defense tech collapsed. In this world, once trust is gone, door back is sealed. Tonight, balcony. 18th floor. Downtown glow paints gray sky. Red wine in hand. Light rain. I sip. Smile. When they called me nobody, they forgot I know how to read numbers and turn them into decisive strike. From here, see both worlds. Where I stood at edge, defined by what others believed. And new one where I write my story. Turn inside. Desk lit with unfinished report. Outside, city moves. I'm headed right direction. The one I chose. No one else. Everyone has their way of facing those who underestimated them. Some choose silence. Some retaliation. Me? I let truth speak. Not loud. Not for validation. But enough to close every wrong door for good. What about you? If you were pushed aside, deemed insignificant, what would you do? Share your thoughts. Your answer might be the push someone needs. And follow the channel for more stories where we uncover hidden corners of family life, turning each experience into a lesson.